Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live Gaming Portal Update. And to quote the great philosopher Crimson Tide Priestess, if you ain't in the stream, where the F you at? Quote. End quote. So yeah, it's been a few days since we streamed. I think all y'all forgot about Dre, but guess who's back? Back again. You better believe it. We are going to talk a little bit of Gaming Portal. So let me give a big shout out to my web designers, Richard. This stream is for you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some feedback from everybody in stream so you guys can type your comments, your suggestions, things that you like. I'm going to put some images up there. I'm going to try to keep it at about 45 minutes. So Richard, if you can take this to your team, and we're going to show you some things that we like and some things that we want to see adjusted. So we do have 9 o'clock tonight, everybody. We're going to be picking up the story. We're back to Sarah City. So if you guys can all hear me loud and clear, do me a favor. Can you give me a 999 in chat just to let me know that everybody's here and that we appreciate the hard work that all these designers are doing. I put this image kind of in the back because we've sort of transitioned, right? Our game has Mount Olympus. It has steampunk. It has cyberpunk. It has dragons and dinosaurs and sci-fi. So there's so many different directions we can go with wireframes. So I'm going to show you a few of the wireframes and show you what the other company, look, I'm not pleased with the other company because they use a lot of copyrighted images, but I do want to say, and no offense to Richard and crew, I like their path. Their path was pretty easy, and that's why I want to put kind of both of them up there. So we're going to give honest and objective feedback to our designers today. So here you go. Let's start out with just some basic old designs. So this is the path that we had from the previous company, and I've got a little pointer down on the screen so I can kind of navigate. This is going to take you guys all the way back to April and May when we first started this project. So if you guys remember, this was some of the background. Now the problem I have is a lot of this is from either Destiny or Fortnite or Tank Gaming. And, you know, the company said they were placeholders, but they went a little bit beyond placeholders. But to me, sometimes simple is pretty good. So this is, you know, one of the images I showed you guys a while back, and I'm going to use this just as a pointer. I didn't understand what a lot of this stuff was up here, like person, place, TV, woman thing. I don't know. These are just some symbols up here. There's a person, there's a gear, there's a bell. Didn't really kind of do a lot for me. So welcome to Play Dead Live. All right, that's fine. You know, we know that we're here. And then, you know, we go to this. Now this I like. I did like this design. Very sleek, and it gives you kind of that sci-fi portal image. So you can kind of see the portal, and you got the arrows. So basically, hey, saying, hey, knucklehead, go create your character. We're telling you what to do. This is your kind of navigation path. So this had a good feel for it to me, and this was not copyrighted, so certainly we can use some of these ideas. Then we went to, I like this too, because this just kind of jumps up on the screen and says, pick your class. You want to be an engineer, you want to be a warrior, you want to be a priest, you want to be a sniper, ninja, tank, medic. You don't really have to go in and search for things. It's kind of right there for you. But again, all of these placeholders really, really annoyed me. You can see, look, this is Tank Gaming. They used a tank from Tank Gaming, sniper from Tank Game, engineer. So even though, and I, you know, I thought the Olympus background was sort of cool, right? But it's right there, easy path. There's all 7 of your characters. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't like the font, but again, this is the old company, so we kind of, you know, we trashed them, but I do like the navigation path. Okay. Then after that, when you highlight one, there's one of them highlighted. There's the warrior, easy. Okay, now this is where it got okay, but again, it's very cartoonish and it's a little bit confusing. So, hey, there's your inventory. All right, well, what do I do with it? All right, I can sort by gems, sort by weapons, sort by headgear, sort by... Okay, that's not bad. And I like the fact that it's all up there on the screen. Then you can pick your character, upload... But again, see, this is where it got a little bit confusing because I got my inventory there, but I can pick a character, but I can choose a character. What am I supposed to be doing here? I have no idea. So they lost me a little bit with this, and you really got to go and you can collect items. So yeah, I didn't like this. This got confusing. Now this people are going to like, but again, you can choose your character, but look at the placeholders. You got like Witcher, and you got all these different icons from different games. So they were pushing these off as wireframes that were ready to go, and they're not ready to go because these are from other video games. So, but I do like the ability to have your characters up there and pick your character and then go right into it. So I like the idea. I don't like that they couldn't really do it the way I want. You know, the color coordination, obviously I'm partial to that. But being able to choose your character. So once you're in your account, hey, I want to see what this character has. I want to check my gear. All right, then I want to highlight this character. But there was no like select button, and it lacked a few things. Upload a character. We know that we're going to have this feature, so that's not real impressive. All right, so this is where, again, this is very cartoonish, but I do like the fact that you can do bulk transactions. And this was something that I talked to Richard about last week. The trade function that we had, we can pick, and then we can, Dow, I see you. I know Dow's catching up for some stuff, so thank you so much for those super chats. You can pick multiple items and say, I got this, 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 and then boom, trade it to a person. Now, again, this was early days of this. There's no person selected. All right, trade them with who? Once you hit trade items, then I'm assuming there would have been a drop down or something else. So even though it looks good that you have all these items up there with the icons, you know, if you want to pick 10 items and hit trade, this is something we are going to have the ability to do. But the current version of it that I saw from Richard's company was you got to pick an item, then trade it, pick an item, trade. So bulk trades, bulk gifts are going to be something that we're going to have. So I want to show you guys the old before we get to the new. And then again, this is share items, which is pretty much the same as trade items, I guess. So I'm not sure what this was all about. You know, some of them you could buy, some of them you could, you know, maybe the other one was purchase. It did, okay, it did give you the buy now. Okay, so that's the market item. So even though it was a market, it said trade. So yeah, there were some issues. And look, it used some of the gems and stuff in the background. I like the artwork. I like the icons. So not completely opposed to everything there, but again, that's kind of where we stand. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. Is there a image or I don't want to spend too much time on the old, but I do want to start with the old before we get to the new. Because if there's something that Richard and his group have created that we want to get rid of and then transition, now's really the time. So what did you like or dislike? I heard continuity, I've heard fonts, I've heard, you know, a lot of the above. So what, from those images I showed you, which ones kind of stand out? And if you guys can do me a favor, please, 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 I missed you guys too, but if you guys can keep the chat strictly on the images, not ice cream, cookies, and a whole lot of other stuff, that would be awesome. Because I got a limited time with this stream, so I do want to keep you guys super, super focused. Roll your character platform, the sci-fi screen. All right, I'll show you the sci-fi as compared to our cyberpunk goth, because we went from a sci-fi to a goth. Crimson Tide says, will there be male and female? Yes, there will. You'll see that on the new versions of it. Diet says, don't like the orange and the blue together. Understandable. Some people do like the sci-fi. Sheila likes the brighter screen. Darker's hard to see. I'm going to show you some of the image of the darker screen, and you'll see it. It might not be as bad as what you think. So, but I don't disagree. I do like the blues. All right, let's get a few more ideas, and then I'm going to show you some of the new ideas and really what my concept of it is. I want to keep each segment about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so I'll roll back through really quick. Welcome to Play Dead Live. You're pretty cool. You can see kind of that Destiny feel in the background because I think it is Destiny. Create your character. I like the blue. I like the portal idea. Select your class. Seems nice and easy. Very clean interface. Again, when you highlight, choose your character. Upload. All right. But you can probably see why I wanted to transition. All right, so let me show you kind of what Richard's team has been working on. Oh, let's start from the top. Okay. Now, here we go to where we're at currently. So you can see kind of that darker goth steampunk. You got the smoke in the backgrounds. The header is not the focal point, and I didn't want it to be the focal point. But you can see, look, this is a rugged group of people, all different types of weapons. You go in, what do you do first? You register. Name, email, password. Sign up, pretty easy. All right, then when you come back, you log in. Now, the challenge that I've had with Richard's company is they're really, really stuck on the home, download, register, shop, inventory, events. That's kind of the template they initially set up. It's very dark. It's not cartoonish, but it's a lot based on drop downs. So Nixie says, little hard to read with the gray. I don't think we'll change the gray. You know, certainly the fonts might be a little bit bigger. And Nixie, this is not something you're going to use on a super, super regular basis. I mean, you're basically going to type in these things, and then it'll be different when you go back to relog. All right, so let me go through a few more image. So once you do this, here's what the create character screen looks like. So you can see pretty easy compared to the other one. You got pick your class. Now, when you pick your class, you're going to get these images that are going to pop up in the window. You can pick male or female versions of it. You see pretty nice color coordination there. You got some blue, you got some purple in there. Now, this is going to change because these are your current attributes. So whenever you pick a character, it is going to go to their attribute. Now, I don't know that we need all of the attributes listed because each character has one attribute. So we may be able to use this space for something else. Level, you can see what your character level is. You can see what your health, your damage. Now, this percent chance is going to change. So health, damage, you're going to have your armor pen, and you're going to have your base. Those are going to be our core four. But these current attributes can probably be changed because, you know, if you pick tank, your current attribute is going to be brawn. You pick warrior, it should be strength. You pick medic, it's going to be intelligence, so on and so forth. So I like the spacing here, I really do. But I think that we have the ability to change that area in the middle. It looks like space fillers right now. All right, once you create your character, you put in your character name. This is where I do like the drop downs. They're not drop downs, they're pop-ups. So you can see Play Dead Live, about us, our story, shop, my account. So again, this is where I know I'm acknowledging the small print is hard to read. I do know that. But here's an example of where it's probably not hard to read. You can see much greater contrast. And we're not just going to focus on the print. what I want to work on is kind of the context. The print is something easy. We can enlarge the print. We can change the color. We can do all of those things. But I want you guys to really drill down to what is it missing? Like, is there something that we talk about or a stat that we talk about or something that is, now I wouldn't say overhaul, but is significant. So with this kind of goes back to my point. See along the top, even though they changed it, they kind of kept it the same. You still got that. Let me go up to the top and click on our story. Let me go over here and shop. Let me go over here and go to my account. Let me go over here and go to About Us. Okay, now I've got these other, they're not drop downs, but I've got my character, my currency, my guild, account information, character attributes, character stats, character inventory. Now let me say this also about the print size. There's not so many options that you're going to need to read that every time. So here's my example. You're going to know that the first one is my characters. Once you're on the site for 5 minutes and maybe you got to put your glasses on the first time and say, oh, that's my, this is easy to navigate. This is not an issue. You're going to click and say, okay, the second one's my currency. Boom. I want to see how much money I got. All right, let me go to the guild, the third one. So there's not like 1,000 drop downs that are going to be super, super challenge. So Jim says, can this work easily on iPad or I don't know. I assume so, but I haven't tried it. So we'll certainly know. Angel, how many characters can we create? Well, I think we'll probably be able to do 10, but certainly one of each character. So Diana C says colors, font size look good on phones. Well, I don't think it's going to be a problem on a phone because it's not like a gaming app. So Moonshot says factions. Hold tight on factions because we're going to get to Moon where it says my guilds. That's my factions. So the guild is the faction. It's just something that we'll have to change in the language. So again, if you look at the third one, and where it says my currency, it says my guilds. In an account, does everybody see that? All right, so again, your character is Gorio. So this could be Jim, this could be Valar, this could be Julia, this could be Cravenlight, this could be Cat. So attributes. Class Warrior, current attribute focus, level 15, health. Now, okay, here's the problem. Is there really any difference between what I'm showing you now and what I showed you before? Now that's the character creation screen. So this is a permanent version of what I just showed you. So yeah, it's there, but I guess it's going to keep a running total of it. So if we're going to put this there, then I would like a little bit more, maybe how much experience points you have, maybe an experience points tally. So again, it's a nice placeholder. Doesn't have your AP. Doesn't have your armor pen, just like the other one doesn't. It's got percent chance, which is a crit ability. So to me, this is pretty much the same thing that we already have. All right? No offense, Richard, but I'm just letting you know what it is. Okay? All right. Now, this is something that's cool. So, there's more things that can be added to this, but I do like this. This is where you get into character stats. So, This has how many kills you have, how many deaths. Now, we're not keeping up with how many times you died, but these are customizable. So I can put a different stat in there that is not how many deaths. So I want career kills in here, wins and losses. We'll probably figure out something that makes a little bit more sense. How many times you won, how many times you lost. But anyway, this is the wireframe for how we're going to expand. So any awards, there's probably going to be more awards. What I'm hoping is that, but where awards, maybe we got like a little trophy case over here, and this is perfect because you can see the icons. Now, what I have to caution you guys is whatever we create on the front end needs to have a corresponding function on the back end, right? So I can't just throw a picture up in here or have you upload your own picture and say, I'm Defender of the Year, let me upload my own image. What we have to do, if we create a trophy case, then I'm going to create a card. And by card, I mean same thing you guys see, like an AR-15, a Freedom Grenade. It's an image. So I'm going to create an image card on the back end and then assign it to your character. So I have to have a function on the back end that I can go in and I can pick Gorio and then give him that award, and then that award shows up on this page. They just don't show up. Or assign it to your inventory and let you click it and display it, which is fine as well. I would rather it be something that the user clicks on, but in order to do that, we have to define, okay, as admins, we control everything that goes in this top area. So you can't just upload how many kills you have, but down here, or if we want to put that over on the right side, which I would say, I want about 10 different awards. So I want like this little trophy case that says awards and all of these cool things, and let you click on it, have a drop down of something that says awards, and display Dark Warrior Award, Orange Dragon Slayer Award, whatever the case may be. And then that little icon, trophy, image, whatever, pops up. So you got a nice little vanity page. Keeps up with your kills, keeps up with your level, keeps up with your maybe your favorite weapon. So, in this page, what I'm looking for is to be able to customize your 3 favorite pets, your 3 favorite weapons, and maybe 10 awards. How does that sound? Bonnie's going to want to put Maxine up here, right? So we put the artwork for Maxine, and when she logs on this page, she's going to want that to pop up, maybe 2 other weapons she can look at, 3 of her favorite pets, and then a whole bunch of trophies. So that's what I'm looking for this page to be. And also what I'm looking to do is I want to get rankings. So see where it says wins, losses? And I think that was maybe a misunderstanding from Richard's company. I want this to be eventually where when you go to the Burn Arcade, if you're ranked number 5 in Play Dead Live Yahtzee tournament, your Yahtzee ranking is going to show up here. If you're ranked number 1 in Play Dead Live Trivia, your trivia ranking is going to show up here. So I want the expandability of the video games to show up on this page. This is going to be your achievement page. Or things that you've done. And this is kind of where I said the game's going to take a turn. This is where I want your demon shards to show up. And this is where I want your major kills to show up. So you're going to have awards and then achievements down at the bottom that's going to say killed Mammon. If you guys happen to kill. Now if you're killed by Mammon, which you probably will be multiple times tonight, next week, for the rest of your life, then maybe I'll have a Mammon page and have Valar and Julia and Busy and all of you guys. Maybe I'll do that. I'll have like a demon page and let the demons have pictures of all of y'all. So I killed Julia 3 times. So he'll have like a Julia trophy. But anyway, you get the idea. So what I'm looking for on this page, and this is why I want to have a video of it so Richard can go back and they can listen to this. So I would like here to have awards up in this area, maybe your top 10 awards that you've achieved. Defender of the Year, which Ray will probably put 10 Defender of the Years up there. MVP, Bonnie's going to have tons of MVPs up there. Anyway, you get the idea. Most lethal, all your trophies here, but let's say 10, and if you want to sub them out, you can click on one. Say you got 20 trophies, you can modify it. Down here, I want achievements. So if you kill Mammon, then I want to be able to upload a picture of Mammon here. If you kill another demon, one here. You kill something else here. Over here, I want my favorite pets. So you can have your top 3 favorite pets. Here, I want my top 3 favorite weapons. And then in this area, I want kills, but I want rankings. So that way, when we add the Burn Arcade, those rankings will automatically populate. So does that make sense to everybody? Is everybody kind of on board with my vision of your character stats page? All right, so before I get to the next page, let me show you guys what I want my navigation path to be. So you see how we got all these drop downs up at the top? You know, shop, my account, our story, Busy's going to be writing Twine stories, and I'll get to this next one in a minute. And let me go back to the old design. All right, so what Richard has done is they've created these character creations in his navigation path in either top drop downs or inside the character. What the old company did is this. What I want is this. So this is my mock-up of the way I want it to be. So I want the home page to be, you know, a nice little image and then a teleporter or a hologram type of thing. And I created this, by the way. So it's not working. It's not functional. But if you want to go to the item shop, you click on the grenade in the middle. And if you want to go to what's next, so I got to move these. So like I said, it doesn't work. This is my artwork. So I got to move the grenade out. You guys can say, oh, that's how you did that. All right. And then if I want the Burn Arcade, then when I click to the right, then I want something like this to show up to take me to the Burn Arcade. You guys see where I'm going with this? Now, how's that? Now you click on the Burn Arcade logo and it takes you to a brand new page. Is that not sleek? That's the way we want it. And that way you don't have all these drop downs. All you do is click to the right and you go boom, 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 boom. And oh, I want to go shop, then I hit the grenade. So let's say I want to go and I want to see like the latest news and I don't want it on the front page. So then I hit it to the right again and I got this little dude. Now, how cool is that? And what we do is we upload about 10 different things, and then this is your main page, and it says, okay, basically it's like, hey, knucklehead, what do you want to do today? Well, I want to shop. I want to go buy some gems. Well, then click to the right until you find this thing pops up, and then you can go shop. All right, well, what do you want to do after that? I want to go play some video games. Okay, well, click to the right until this thing shows up. Go play some video games. All right, well, I want to see standings. We'll click to the right, and it's going to say Faction War Standings. Well, I want to create a new character. Click to the right till it says Create a New Character. And in each one of these will take you to a page designated to what it does. Now, right now, if you click on Burn Arcade, it would take you to a page, and it would say Coming Soon because we don't have it yet. But it allows us to expand into that. So do you guys think this is cool? Is it something that would solve the pathing problems and say, all right, once I log in, where do I go? I want to go to my account. The first one would probably be my account, right? We want the first one to be the one that is the most commonly used. So right here in this little hologram thing, we'll say my account, and you click on it, and then it's going to go and it's going to take you to, you know, Richard's page back here. It'll take you to this. And you can certainly have these drop downs within that site. But I just don't want it to be all the drop downs along the top of our story, shop, my account, because to me it's very redundant. So if I go to my account, then what I'm looking for, Richard, is, take me to maybe this. And then I can click these other little things once I'm within that page. So, all right. Let me show you some of the other images. I mean, they've really, really been hard at work. All right, so there are the stats. After the stats, this is this is currently your inventory. So this is basically your character record sheet. It shouldn't be character inventory, because what I want out of inventory, I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. So this is a function of the inventory, but I wouldn't call it character inventory. I would call this is probably your CRS, because I do like what you can do. You click on weapon, you can see weapon highlighted right here. Then once you click on weapon, it's going to give you a list of your weapons right here. And then you hit equipped, and it's going to equip the weapon. Now, the new version of this is not this. The new version actually has weapon over here that you can equip, has your legends and cosmics over here, and it has all of these items. Now, it still says damage and armor. It is going to list 4 different categories. It's going to keep up with health, damage, base, armor pen. Those are the only 4. There may be an other that we add, like mend, like bleed. Those are going to be more than likely things that you either have to manually add, or there'll be a limited amount. We can't put everything up here, but those core 4 you'll hear me refer to, those are really going to be the 4 things. And then the other thing that we got to add is, where's your total, right? Okay, I can click on weapon, and I can take the weapon, and I can drag the weapon, and I can click on face, and then it's going to, theoretically, all of my masks are going to pop up here. I take the mouse, and I hover over it, and it shows me which mask. I click on it, hit equipped, and it goes up here under face covering. So then I go to throat, and it shows me my medallions. I click on medallion, and I hit equipped. My medallion goes there. So once all these things add up, what I need over here is a working total. Like, what is my total damage? What is my total health? What is my total base? Because that is what you're going to be sending to me. And the ability to upload that, yes, that's a good point. Armor pen resistance should be, I guess it doesn't rhyme with core 4. But APR should be calculated in those stats as well. So it should be health, damage, base, AP, and armor pen resistance. And I don't know if it's something that's going to show up in these drop downs too. I mean, you can see right here with weapon, we probably can't see because it's really small. But it has 4 categories. Now, back to Nixie's earlier point, I cannot see this. This needs to be larger. It needs the contrast of the white on the blue. This is the only part that I really can't see it. It's an eye chart. Like, I can see weapon, face, throat, all of this, but I can't see these. So that's going to be much larger, and it is much larger in the new upgrades. I might have a screenshot of it. Now, you can also see some of the other things that you can do. You can trade, unequipped, upgrade, and then save. And then you've got some currency things up here for your dead dimes, for your burn coin, for your kills tokens, all of those. All right, so again, the ability to equip all of these, but see, I want to call this character record sheet because, again, where's my inventory? What if I want to see everything that I have? And I think I created a... All right, I didn't load it. I don't have it, but there is a old version that has this inventory bag that I've shown you guys. I'll upload it. I'll upload it before we're through. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this to me this is the Holy Grail. I don't think there's going to be hotkeys yet, Nixie, because I don't think that I don't know there's going to be a need for them with just the upgrades, because there's going to be a few clicks. As we merge into gaming, hotkeys could be something that we'll look at. But I will say that it does seem to be very intuitive, as if you type the first few letters of something, that that it'll recognize it. So, Gems, are we able to save armor each time? Yes. One of the things that I've requested with Richard, let me go back to this, is that you should, and I don't know where it's going to show up, but you should be able to save. And then that's where I need a drop down, maybe up here, of where I can name this PvP set, Friday night set, Clash set. So I can change my armor to sub a few things in and out without having to create a totally new iteration of it. So, Jim, yes, that is something that I've been assured is going to be there. Angel, the only thing I can think of is he would have to give somebody else access to his account and have them log in under his account. So Chris can certainly create an account, and then we'll have some people help him out. I know Chris and the crew is listening. So, yeah. All right, so let's go to, all right, this again, I think we got a long way to go on this, but this is really 10 hours of my week. And this is the enhancer panel. Now, I talked to Richard the other day, and I know Richard's going to be watching, or he's going to be watching the playback. But the one thing we talked about with the enhancer panel is short-term upgrades versus permanent upgrades, right? So you'll be able to go to category, pick the item. So let's say it's my Warlord helmet. Then the product over here is where we want to pull up our inventory and just take those gems and drop it. Now, that might be something that they're going to do way back on this page where it says upgrade. So I put the item over here, upgrade, maybe it pulls down those gems, and then I can drag the gem and apply it, or drag the glyph and apply it, and it changes my gear. I'm not sure at this point whether that is going to happen there or whether it would happen in the enhancer panel. This is where you should also be able to take 25 Onyx skins that are going to be listed in your inventory and apply those to an item, and then it changes the item. So I don't know, really, it has focus and brawn, and it's got a whole bunch of stats in here that don't really apply to our products. But you can see level, base life, health, damage, dodge. These are some of the categories. We need armor pen, we need armor. We got a ways to go on this. But to see it, where you can take an item and then apply an item and then create a new item, that's really the gist of this. And then hit apply, and then it changes it in your inventory. So although I can see it now, it doesn't look like what I need it to do. So more work needed on the enhancer panel, but the enhancer panel is two things. The ability to add gems and glyphs, which is going to change that item's stats short term. And the reason I say short term is because you need the ability to put a mere ruby on a piece of gear, but then 2 months later, a higher grade ruby comes out, stone ruby, and now you take that stone ruby and apply it, and it destroys the old ruby, and then you've got a new stat on that piece of gear. So glyphs and gems are temporary. Skins are permanent. Now, what you also need the ability to do is see right here where it says level. This is the challenge. Okay? This level is your gear level. This needs to talk to this. Here's the way levels work. And this is what's so complicated right now. So I'm going to walk you through it and tell you, Richard gets it now. And in fact, I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, okay, I understand that if you're level 0, you start out at ATT 6, and let's say you're level 10, that means your ATT is now 16. Okay? So if you're level 16, no, if you're level 10, your ATT is 16. How many times can you upgrade a weapon or a piece of armor if your ATT is 16? Make sure everybody in stream understands this, so you understand why one thing has to talk to the next thing. All right. Now, if you take a set of wild cards and you increase your ATT the first time, now you've got 6 plus 10 plus 1. Now your ATT is 17. Now your weapon can be upgraded to weapon level 17 even though your level is 10. Everybody understand that? It's not complicated, but you got to understand how our game works. So what you're going to do is, instead of this current attribute, it should say current attribute level. You've got a player level and an attribute level. So that attribute level needs to talk to the enhancer level. Because now what you're doing is you're taking a set of bionics and applying it to you, which is going to increase your attribute level. So 6 is your base, then your level, then your attribute level. And the attribute level can be increased by a bionic. So instead of saying current attribute, Richard, what we want is we want current attribute level. Because then you're going to get that second set of bionics, which is going to be your bionic pieces and your bionic threads. And now your attribute level is going to be level 2, which is going to be base level of 6, current level of, it says 15, but let's say it's 10. So 6 plus 10 plus 2. Now you got 18. 6 plus 10 plus 3. Now when you level up your character, now it's 6 plus 11 plus 3. Once this is upgraded with bionics, it's always part of your character. So you can always take 6 plus current, 6 plus current, and then your level will be the moving level. So if you're ATT 6, you're level 20, and your attribute 4, that means you can level up your sword 30 times. Everybody got that? 6 plus bionics plus current character level. The only way to increase your weapon level once you're capped is to play the game and to get XP. This is why it's important. This is where you could run into a problem with PvP. Because if you stop playing on Friday nights, eventually you're not going to have any XP and you're going to be maxed out on bionics and you're going to say, okay, well, my sword is ATT 25, but I haven't played in 2 months on Friday nights and I really want a PvP. You're going to need XP. So XP is important. So what we want to do is change this current attribute to current attribute level and have this number, because this number is going to now be where we go to the enhancer panel. And that's where this level right here needs to tell the system, hey, knucklehead, I like that word, you can't level it up anymore because you're capped out on your ATT level. Go play on Friday night and get more experience so you can level up your weapon, or get more bionics so you can level up your weapon. It's called a soft cap. So that is our checks and balances to the game. So we got a soft cap. All right. But again, I'm not sure if this is where we're going to upgrade the gem. Now, what type of items? All right. So real quick, if Richard's watching, do me a favor, everybody. Type in chat right now ways you can permanently upgrade your weapons and your armor. Not gems and glyphs. Those are temporary modifications. Those, I think, are going to be overlay stats, where they add to the total and they funnel into the character's total numbers for the CRS. But give me ways in chat right now that you can permanently upgrade your weapons. Silver skins, right? How many silver skins? You take 10 silver skins and you enhance it. Now your weapon's stronger. You take 10 prime skins and put it on your armor. So what Richard and company need to do is make sure that these items can only be applied to certain items. So we got to make it so you can't take 10 silver skins and put it on armor, because those are weapon skins. We got to make it so you can't take 10 prime skins and put it on your weapon. Silver, platinum, gold, and onyx all go to weapons. Prime, iconic, epic, and stellar all go to armor. But you've also got your warlord skins. You've also got your onslaught skins that can be applied and increase that. Plus, we have the ability to upgrade pets, but pet totals will not go into the character record sheet. They're just going to be for us. So again, what we want to do is we want to be able to go back to this inventory page or this account page. And down here at the bottom, I want to be able to see my red pet, my gold pet, my mythic pet. So if I can pick my favorite 3 pets down here, then I can put the pet here, and then I can go to the other screen and upgrade the pet. So I should be able to go to the enhancer panel. Oh, I'll get to that in a second. Oh, yeah. Those are the things. So I should be able to go to this enhancer panel and add mythic skins to a pet. But the system also needs to know you can only add mythic skins to a gold pet. So I don't want you guys to be able to go in and say, hey, I got this brand new pet, let me make it mythic. No. The system has to know it's got to be a red pet first, and gold skins can only be applied to red pets. Mythic skins can only be applied to gold pets. Make sense? Because if you guys are going to be doing all this, we got to get the bugs worked out. But again, those pets are cosmetic only. They're for you because those pet stats are never going to roll into your CRS. The only thing that rolls into your CRS is your armor stats and your accessories only. Your weapons don't even roll into your CRS. So, armor and accessories, not cosmics and legends, not weapons. We still want a score to be calculated, but what we want is we want that page to give us a running total of just armor and accessories. So back when we go back to that page, what I'm looking for, Richard, is I'm looking for if I can find it, I'm still looking for it. What I'm looking for here is all of my weapon and accessories added up here. Then I would like, I'm sorry, I said weapon. All of my armor and accessories added up here. So you guys can say, hey, I got to submit this total to kills. This is my damage. This is my health. This is my base. This is my armor pin. Then down here, you don't need a total of your weapons because weapons are individual. I don't want to know what all 3 of your weapons damage total because you're not using all 3 at one time. What I want to know is what your weapons are and then list your cosmics and legendaries. And over here, yes, you can see that a mythic pet deals this much damage, but we don't want the mythic pet totals to feed into this number. This number here is your stat line number. That is your helmet. That is your bracers. That's your legs. That's your shoulders. That's your accessories. All of those is this number. Then we want to be able to look at some weapons, just to look at them, say, hey, let me click on these things. I'm going to take this weapon, this weapon, this weapon tonight. Let me click on these pets. I want to look at them. But none of those, even though they have stats that are funneling into the total. Everybody understand that? All right. So the enhancer and the trade feature are 2 of the biggest things that we have. No, Angel, we won't have most used pet. But, Kel, if you can take this down as an ad, I would like to add a stable page. So this is what I mean by this. So on your main page, back here, where I got your top 3 most used pets down here. Now, you might be able to already sort. When you go to here, the idea is that you're going to sort your inventory. But certainly up here, if we could add another feature that says stable, and then I've got a page that shows all of my pets on it, kind of like all my inventory, and shows them separately, I think that would be cool. So, Kel, if you can add that, a stable page, and then what it would look like basically for the developers is it would have all these squares, and you just be able to click on it and then display whichever pets you want to display. Kind of like just says stable and then all these squares, and then click on it and just show all of your pets. But trigger by most used, to me, that's like, click your 3 favorite pets, because what I'm going to use this page for is really my planning and my prep. I want to see what my stats are here. I want to see what my weapons that I'm going to take into battle are. I want to see 3 or 4 of my pets down here that I'm going to be using tonight. And then that pretty much gives me an idea of how I'm going to go about playing. All right, so that's your enhancement panel. All right, let's get to the money, right? Bundles will probably not change unless it is a bundle that we want to bring back for someone that might have missed out on a previous bundle. But for the most part, our core payment system is not going to change. It's going to go through Kel, and there's going to be rewards for that payment processing. With that being said, there are going to be future auctions and a marketplace for some purchases for a buy it now feature. Out of the blue, we may say, you know what, we want to add one of these items. So you go and click on which weapons are for sale, and you see this Mystic Blade, and it's available for $10. And you go to buy item, and it goes into your inventory. Now, you've heard me say this before, that we're going to do microtransactions. So what I want the system to start to learn to do is to automate some parts of inventory. Because if you buy a bundle now, our inventory team is still going to have to create that bundle and assign it to your character. The difference with this system is going to be, you're going to be able to buy this item, pay for it online, and it immediately show up in your inventory. Now, I want to do that on a real small scale. So it will be some items from time to time, but it's mostly going to be extra sockets, extra glyphs, extra gems, extra potions, some one-off things that you may or may not need. You might have ran out of sacred tea and you want to buy 1 or 2 sacred tea because it wasn't in last week's bundle. So what I'll have the ability to do is maybe put a sacred tea up there for $1 or $0.25 or whatever. And you'll be able to create the shopping cart and say, all right, I want 2 teas, I want this gem, and there'll be a limit of how many you can buy. So I would say these are mostly going to be $10, $20 transactions, maybe $2 transactions. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go, but I want the system to start to learn someone can just buy something and then we don't have to go back and give it to them. It automatically shows up because you should be able to buy a gem, pay for it, it show up, take that gem, use it, and it disappear, and it's all been seamless through the process. So we want to start to teach the website to do some of that, although the majority of it will still be done the way that we do it right now. Does that make sense? So you're going to be able to buy some items, but don't think that everything that you can buy is going to be available on the store. It'll be occasional, it'll be from time to time, and eventually we want to put an auction feature in there as well. The ability to go in and bid on items. So it could be a legendary weapon or a mythic weapon, and maybe Julia bids $5 and Tammy really wants it and she bids $10 and Craven says, hey, that's a mythic bow, I'm getting it, I'm bidding $20. And Trigger comes in and says, no, I'm bidding $50. So ultimately we're going to create a black market auction house for you guys to go in and do your eBay version and see who really wants it. So we'll have some of those as well. So the ability to buy online, the ability to still super chat, the ability to do late night processing of items, and then the ability to have an auction house. The auction house will not be in the initial version of the store. That'll be upgraded with the Burn Arcade, and then when we start implementing the cryptocurrency as well. But I want to show you guys, this will be available. All of this will be available. As I said, you got the ability to shop. We want that on that carousel. And then click on armor. You can see what armor items we have up for sale. I had somebody, for example, message me and said, hey, Kills, I missed out on this pet. I really want this pet. And a lot of other people might have the pet. So I would be able to put like 2 of that up there and see if somebody wants to buy it. Exactly. And Vlad might be bidding $250 for that bow. And you know what? I might put like, not the NFT version. I might put like the real version of the bounty hunter up there and see if one of you guys would bid $5 for the bounty hunter. You never know. I might get a $5 bid. All right, so that's going to be your online store. That'll be available in the first version we roll out. It'll be upgraded in version 2. Okay, so this is some initial stuff that Richard sent to me, and I cannot find it anywhere. So Richard, when you watch this, this is what I'm talking about. Where is this? Because this is my inventory bank. This is my bag. This is how I want to see it laid out. I want to be able to open this up and have all these items and then have an arrow like this where I can scroll left and see page 1 of my inventory, page 2, page 3, where I can sort this by potions, weapons, armor. Do you guys want that? Is that what you guys want? You guys want this so you can see a nice big screen of all of your items? Exactly. This is what we're going to get. And this is what I figured we could do for the stable as well. Imagine all of this, all these squares up on the screen, and you sort it and it shows every one of the pets you have in your inventory. Not a name, a pet. And then you click on it and you get the full description. This is the way we're going to get our inventory. So I need these as bags and banks. This is my bag and bank category. This is perfect. This is what I want. It's what I need. This is exact. They had it and I don't know where it went. So let's get it back. And this is where you should be able to do mass trading. So if I want to click this, and this, and then I hit a drop down and I hit send, then it just sends all those items over to a person. So this is the way I want to do my trading. Boom, 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 boom. Hit a drop down, send, and it's done. All right. So I think Richard can see by everybody here, this is what we need. And all of these will be our custom icons. Okay, got a couple more screens, and I love this. This is the start of where you guys said you didn't see factions earlier. This is, Nixie, I think, you know what? I think that's a great idea. You either click multiple times for it, or you get a drop down when you click it for how many quantity. I think you should be able to click on it and then put a quantity. So if you click on it once, it's one of it. If you click on it multiple times, you put the quantity in. So this is that we still call it guilds, but this is going to be create faction. And you can type your faction name or your guild name. I got Mission Acquire Xenon. You can put the description of your faction. You can put, this is your character, who the faction leader is going to be. You can search for other characters to add. And then you can upload. You can see I uploaded this logo. So you can upload your faction logo if you guys want to create your own. So logo, name, description, leader, who the members are, and what the action is going to be. So this is where you should have the ability to have that faction bank. And here's the current trade feature, which I think this is kind of, it's very cool looking, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do what we want with mass trades. Like, I love this sleek design. I can pick dark side. I can pick what the item is. I can pick the person. But according to this, I can only trade one thing. So for quick trades of one item, that's fine, but it seems to me like I'm going to have to do a lot of searching. All right, I know who I am. All right, now I want to change from mask. I want to look for a helmet. Now I want to put a comment. Now I want to put who the player I'm trading with, and I want to trade. Yeah, I mean, this is better than what we have, but I don't see the ability to do mass trades. And that's a big problem, because I don't want people to have to click on something 50 times to trade 50 different items. So they are addressing bulk trades. So whether it still be with this user interface or whether it be with something else, that I don't know. Like I said, I like this. I like the way it looks, but I would much rather have something that is more like this, for ease of use and say, click, 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 click. Let me do my click, 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 click. Pick who it's going to. Send. All right, I just sent 50 items over, and all I did was click just 50 times. I didn't have to, my name, what the item is, who the person is, trade. My name, what the item is, who the person is, trade. All right, so I'm going to beat that down. I like the direction we're going, but I need more functionality. All right, so first of all, what do you guys think? What's your reaction to all of the stuff that we've got going? And remember, everything that you see here, it's twice as complicated on the back end with the admin panel. This is just your ability to use it. There's a lot more that we're going to be doing because we got to enter all of the items. Any item we've ever created, any weapon, any gem, any glyph, any legendary, any cosmic, it's all got to be put in so you can see it. But the things that we're going to be able to do is really cool. And I think that's where Busy, if we can get this, and one of the little carousels here can be this week's story, then it should take you to a page where Busy can upload the HTMLs for you guys to play the Play Dead Live story. So that's why I want this function to be imported in what we're doing, because it gives us a path. That path may be a dead end. Like Burn Arcade could be coming soon, but it's going to take you from here to another page, and it's going to tell you what to do on that page. So it would take you from here to the story, and sometimes it's going to be part of the permanent story. Sometimes it might be a weekly quest. So I may say, Busy, look, we need a quick 3-page story for people to go through and get an achievement. Let's upload it here. So it takes you to that HTML page, and then you can play it. Or it takes you from here to the market where you can buy it. Or it takes you from here to your character so you can upgrade it. So it takes you here to the news. Takes you here to the Play Dead Live standings page, where you see we post that on the Facebook fan page. But we're going to put the standings page on here so you can get it. Or it takes you here to, guess what? To the latest YouTube video that you might have missed. So we want to put this that has a link to YouTube. Or if we're playing on Friday night and we tell people like, hey, sign up for our Facebook fan page. How about we put a link to sign up for our Facebook fan page on here? And then we can just say, go to playdeadlive.com and hit the little carousel, and it's going to show you how to sign up to our fan page. We can put whatever we want in this carousel. This is the navigation path. You want to go to your guild or your faction? You scroll here, you can go to your guild or faction. You just cycle around. We can put 10, 15, 20 of these where you're going to be spending a lot of time with this little carousel. Standings, achievements, inventory, story, links to the page, links to the video. Guess what else we can do? How would you like to have an online glossary of terms for the fucking game? I'm sorry, for the game. I'm sorry. How would you like to have a list of every single term that we use and have a link to a glossary or a link to the rule book to play the game? Right? So if you want to know what a word or an ability or something, you can click on it and go through and read about it and read about the players, the history, the lore. Who is James Brackens? What happened to his family? How did that story start out? What does Brace stand for? Why did the bounty hunter leave the asylum and start an anti-Brace group? What happened to the Saul boys? Why did Jigsaw turn on Brace? Why were those walls in Crimson Cove so damn hard to beat? We can put highlight moments, greatest moments. We can do votes and vote on best chapter ever. So a glossary of terms. I think we can expand this to other pages that are not really complicated pages without having to go back and recreate the drop downs. All we got to do is create a new link. And all of this can be in the first version of what we do. And then once we get this done in about a month, Richard and I are going to start working on the Burn Arcade. So while you guys are playing, we're going to be looking at open source games so we can get more competition, more achievements. All right. I've got some stuff to get ready for tonight. So again, let's open it up. I've got about 5 more minutes. Any last minute questions, comments, concerns, wish list, things that you're excited about, things that you want to see? Pages that you want to go back and talk about? So you can see we are getting close, and all these icons, to be able to mouse over and see, like, what is this, what is this, what is this? These are going to be our actual pictures. I mean, these images, our images right there, are going to be in that nostalgic Reaper. Everything that we've created. So if you want to know what a red gel or an M80, just be able to sort by your grenades. So what I'm really pushing for is this format with a sort feature, so I can see all of my grenades just like this. I want all my grenades to populate in this, where I can mouse over and see what each one of my grenades does. And then I want to be able to sort this by pets, and all of my pets show up. And I want to be able to sort by glyphs, and all of my glyphs show up. So if I want to trade with somebody, then I create a shopping cart, and I go, this glyph, this glyph, this glyph. All right, let's sort by weapons. This weapon, this weapon. Let's sort by gems. This gem, this gem, this gem. Yeah, it's going to take you a little bit of time to send it to people. But you know what? It will not take you guys any more time than it does to type the list out to me. Your time is going to be similar, but it's going to happen instantly without me having to do it. And you won't have to type it. You'll be able to click on it, see your items, and do it yourself without waiting for it to show up. So the net time savings on my end is 100%. The net time savings on your end is a little bit. But you're already doing it anyway. Now you're going to have access to it and just be able to send it over. And it's going to be a hub. You're right, Julia. So it's going to be a place where, hey, let me log in to Play Dead Live. I want to work on my gear. Oh, you know what? I'll work on my gear later. I want to play in the Burn Arcade. Okay, I'm through playing on the Burn Arcade. Let me go back to my gear. Oh, wait a minute. Busy Bee just uploaded a weekly story. Let me go through this story. Okay, you're along the beach, and there are 12 seashells there. One of them is moving. What do you do? A, stay away from it. B, throw it in the water. C, pull out Maxine and start shooting at the seashell. C, seashell explodes. You go back to step number 1. So you'll have the opportunity to go in and play your story. Or you can go in and whatever games we link, story, gear, faction, and then we're going to expand it. We're going to expand it to more games, more opportunities, until we get to a point where we have our own version. And I'm hoping for this next year, where my vision of this is Nixie logs on, and she hits a queue, and there's 10 other players, and she goes in and she plays one-on-one PvP, and it keeps up with wins and losses. Fly Rod might be a Tuesday night. Fly Rod wants to go in and solo PvP. And in the beginning, there might be a fee for that. There could be a charge for that. You may have to pay $1 to play somebody. But it'll change. And it'll really depend. So I don't know how that's going to work. But Valar might be online. I might be online. And she might put up $1 and I might put up $1 to play each other for 30 minutes. And one's going to win and one's going to lose. So maybe I go in, I play 3 games a day. I spend $3 a day. Maybe I play 1 game a week. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. But next year when we roll out the version of the game, because we are going to develop a game that you're going to be able to real time pull out a certain grenade, throw it, see the damage that it does. Okay, now it's my turn. I'm going to move over to the right, and I'm going to shoot you with my Brace 9. Okay, it does that much damage. So you're going to have some Play Dead Live abilities with your character, with your avatar. And it might not be for everybody. Maybe some people say, hey, Kills, there ain't no way I'm going to play against you and spend $1, $2 a day. It's fine. You don't have to. But it's going to be something that we want to add for people that do. Just like the Burn Arcade. I don't anticipate the Burn Arcade is going to be free initially. But I would like to integrate it with kills coins, with burn coins, and the ability to play a video game for $1. Then maybe it goes down to 50 cents. Maybe it starts at $0.25. I don't know. Might go down to a penny. But we'll assess the cost. We'll assess what we want to do with it. But I basically want a ranking system that has high scores and competitions and challenges and giveaways. So, that comes with a cost. As we develop more players, that cost will come down. So that is guys, that's almost an hour and a half. We're probably going to have some Walking Dead fans that are going to watch this as well. You guys are welcome to join us on Friday nights and Saturday nights and anytime we play. Hopefully you can see that Play Dead Live it's bigger than RPG. It is our community. But whether it's people that play other video games, where they play D&D, where they play Walking Dead, whether they watch our channel for this or for that, there's a lot more to what we're going to do. So if you don't like Play Dead Live, sign up when we have the gaming portal and go play in the Burn Arcade. If you don't like Burn Arcade, then we develop our own game. Come and play a version of our own game. We're going to kind of go through the history of games. So, all right. Hey, I want to thank you guys. It's under an hour and a half. Leave in the comments if you have some other ideas once the video's live. Leave your thoughts, leave your feedback. And again, all the stuff that's streaming along this, I'm going to ask Richard and his team to watch that, read the comments, and get your ideas incorporated into this because really, really excited for you guys to be able to log in and do a whole lot of stuff. I mean, you guys have created this experience, and I still think we're in the early, we're 20 months in, but I still think we're just scratching the surface of what our game and what our experience, what our community can become. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you at 9 o'clock for our Sarah City story. Talk to you soon.